As a conservative in 2023, I'm interested in only one thing: defending my family, community, state, and country from historic harm being dished out by lawless, godless socialists and communists who have now taken over the Democrat Party. Simply put, they work to empower themselves through government to be able to tell me and you what to do, counter to our best interests. I want to maintain my constitutional rights to tell them no. Now, this infuriates my political enemies. Those politicians who make decisions in the Republican Party have one goal: to please those Democrats. In a moment, I will bring on two Republicans and, dare I say, conservatives to address the GOP's identity crisis. We rip off the Band-Aid so healing can begin in today's preamble. Now, let's get to that email. Eric writes, quote, "I've had it with your obsession on your continuous criticism of Republicans as an entire party which supports the Democrats. Why do you insist on focusing on only the establishment Republicans when there are many, many conservative Republicans who are fighting every day for America First goals? How about you focus on the good guys in the Republican Party instead of the bad guys? I'm getting really tired of you showing that graphic of the bad Republicans who voted for Biden's economic package. Move on." Let me deal with that last part first. I'm getting tired of GOP votes hurting my family, my state, and my country. According to the GOP brochure, they're not supposed to be doing that. These Republicans voted with Marxists to impose irresponsible overspending that, among other things, fully funded the Biden regime's importation of millions of illegal aliens. Guess what, Eric? Even though you want me to move on, the harm they caused didn't go away. To this day, our people in Texas and every state are being harmed by the Democrats' illegal immigration campaign, leading to this. The Democrats' invasion plan led to foreign nationals flying the Venezuelan flag, the flag of a country taken over by socialists in my home state of Texas. How can I move on when I can't escape the harm being dealt by GOP timidity? Now, I'm curious, folks, why the emailer is so eager for me to move on when that unnecessary GOP vote continues to harm our people and country. Perhaps a bigger question is, why does the emailer want me to move on? Is the truth just too hard to face? Indeed, Americans can thank Joe Biden and his lawless party for illegal aliens planting their nation's flag on our soil. We can thank alleged Republican Senator John Cornyn, the senior senator from Texas, and the vote of his GOP colleagues in the Senate and the House. We can also thank pro-Democrat Republican Speaker Dade Phelan of the Texas House. During the last legislative session in Texas, ground zero for Joe Biden's illegal immigration campaign, a new law, HB 20, was proposed to answer that lawlessness. The creation of a Texas Border Patrol was thwarted by the alleged GOP Speaker of the Texas House and some of his top lieutenants who have been identified by the journalistic Texas Scorecard organization. And the Democrats' historic harm continues. And that leads me to our emailer wanting me to talk about the GOP's talk. There's plenty out there saying the right things, plenty who are voting the right way, but are they running the GOP? Are their policies being implemented? Are those conservatives as willing to confront those in their own party with the same passion that those pro-Democrat Republicans are delivering for Democrats? The measure of a Republican should be how successful they are at protecting our people from Democrats and their anti-American and lawless policies. GOP voters can no longer sit back and assume that simply because you are voting for a Republican, it necessarily means you're electing someone who opposes Democrats. Remember, because of the biased press and the unfair press and the Democrats, and the modern-day definition of bipartisanship is Republicans and Democrats agreeing to do everything the Democrats' way. That has turned our nation into a dumpster fire, with those flames threatening to consume us all. Lastly, after President Trump defeated Hillary Clinton in 2016, I watched as Republicans and conservative voters said, well, my job is done, time to go back to my life. Those days are long over, because that led to President Trump being savagely and unfairly attacked, just like it did with Bush. Our founders of this country, they envisioned an engaged electorate to make our representative republic work. Just look at America's diminished standing in the world, and you will see proof that we, the people, can no longer afford trust me government. Our freedom must be defended again, again, and then again. If your Republican elected official is busy pleasing Democrats and abandoning you, it's time to get a new Republican. Democrat voters elect their politicians to rule over them. But real Americans don't shy away from the fact that in America, we the people rule. At least we're supposed to.